guys on the team, but they're asking you to do a little bit more. So just kind of adjusting to the process of picking your spots and trying to be aggressive out there.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a good experience for me. Like a couple times, especially like later in the year, I feel like I was aggressive almost every game, whether I was hitting my shots or not, and things like that. But I mean, we haven't really had that. I haven't really had the opportunity when guys have gone down to be able to step in and kind of fill that role that we lost. So it was a good learning experience.
Yeah, how you doing, Keegan?
What up?
So, it's your second year just wrapped up. Also, being on two, let's just say, over 500 teams, here in Sacramento so far, and going to the third year, how do you think your role is going to expand with the squad? Just trying to go after another playoff run, hopefully trying to improve on next year.
Yeah, I think I'm blessed to kind of be in that position where I'm on a team that wins games a lot, and being 10 plus games over 500. I mean, you don't want to take that for granted, and especially early in your years. So for me, it's just being able to be more aggressive, expand my game, not be just one-dimensional, and figure out where I can be effective in the NBA and how I can be consistent for a long time.
Kind of, along those lines too, having a team that wins, you experienced a lot of success in that rookie season and obviously success this year as well. How much different did it ultimately feel? And I just wonder, was there a point in the season where you said, man, this might be a more difficult stretch than what we had even anticipated?
Yeah, it was interesting just because I feel like we're kind of on the same timeline as last year, record-wise, win-wise, and obviously the West has been a lot better this year. So it was different, just kind of going through those games, having really important games late in the season, 2 weeks left in the season, things like that. So obviously it's a different stretch and one that you can learn from. Obviously it was disappointing to lose a lot of those important games down the stretch. That could have solidified us getting into the playoffs, not having to play playing games.
Keegan, can you speak a little bit to the leadership, the growth of the leadership on this team from your rookie year through this season, and how, whether it's specific players, the team as a whole got better in that area, and how it helped you develop?
Yeah, it's been evident, especially I think obviously we got the vets like JaVale, HB, we had Deli last year, guys like that who have been in that leadership role before, stepped in, have been really good vets for our team. I think like guys like Fox, Domas, have really kind of found their voice since I've got here, and I don't know what it was like before, but I can just see their growth, and that's going to be a big part of our success going into the future.
Keegan, when you look at this offseason, you get a big jump last offseason. I'm guessing you're probably looking to do the same this offseason. Specifically, when you look at your aggressiveness, is that something that you can work on in the offseason, or is that a mental thing where it's going to be like, hey, in the game, I'm not having a good night, I still have to attack the basket and be relevant in the game?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just a mindset thing. I mean, you come into the NBA and there's really good players around you. And in college, I mean, it was different because I was kind of the guy that was going to shoot a lot of shots. So I always had that mindset to be aggressive no matter what was going on in the game. And I think when I'm at my best, I have that aggression, and I found success in that throughout this season when I've had that aggression. So it's just maintaining that throughout the whole season. And I know if I do that, I'll have success.
Keegan, this seems to be an extraordinary coaching staff. I know Dutch has been working with you, and Blue Clouds, with Fox, and Leslie Harden has been there, and she's getting a lot of attention around the league. But Jordy Fernandez, what was it like working with him the past couple seasons? And if you could, speak on the coaching staff overall.
Yeah, Jordy, I mean, he was my summer league coach my rookie season, so I kind of had a good bond with him from basically the start when I got to Sacramento. And he's definitely a coach that I feel like has influenced me a lot, just from him talking to me, coaching me in summer league, and then being able to be with him the last last 2 years. He's been a really good coach, and I feel like he'll be a really good head coach. I feel like I've seen him take that role before, and he's been successful at it. When we've lost Mike a couple games and things like that. But I mean, our coaching staff, I feel like, has done really well. Obviously, they're getting a lot of opportunities now elsewhere and coaching vacancies and things like that. But I feel like we've got a good staff here that's allowed us to be successful these last couple of years.
Keegan, what is it you think you need to do this summer to take that next step? And how much of this is you finding your voice to demand the ball sometimes to take that next step? So you're kind of replicating what happened here at the end of the season where they needed you more?
Yeah, I think, honestly, at the end of the year, I feel like I had good moments. I've had moments that have been a little rough, but just being able to not be as one-dimensional, and by that I mean just not being always reliant on DHOs, guys passing me the ball, things like that. Being able to play in a pick and roll, being able to bring the ball down the court and create something for a teammate, and things like that. So it's not always about scoring the ball, it's about being able to play making. That's something I want to get better at, because when I am scoring the ball, I do draw a lot of attention. So just making guys' lives easier, I think that's a big goal of mine throughout the summer.
Yeah, to that point, we saw you put the ball on the floor a little more this year, but it was definitely inconsistent. Where's your comfort level at this point handling the ball?
I've honestly gotten a lot more comfortable as the years went on. Just I feel like my progress from my rookie year till now has been pretty drastic. Just the amount of times that I've obviously been in different situations where I've had to handle the ball and be able to create my own shot a little bit more this year to last year. So I feel like if I can make a jump from my rookie year to the second year to my second year, my third year, but maybe even drastic, I think I'll be in a good place and it'll help our team.
And last one for you on this. How different were teams defending you this year? Was it noticeably different for you in terms of like the physicality?
Yeah, I think so. Especially later in the season, when I've been coming off pin downs, when I've been coming off DHOs, guys, especially in the center spot that I've been guarding Domas, haven't been as up as high as they were towards the end of the year, so that was a lot different. And they've been putting better defenders on me, like Malik out, Kevin out. So that's been kind of an eye-opening thing for me, and definitely have opened my eyes to stuff that I have to be better at going into next year.
Hey Keegan, 2 questions for you. First one, how would you just kind of assess Domas's growth from last year to this year, and how much it kind of complements your game and the entire team as a whole?
Yeah, Domas, especially with my game, I feel like it's more of a comfort thing, a feel thing, and that comes with time. And honestly, the second year has been a lot better. Just getting on the same page and things like that. And he's obviously broke a lot of records this year individually, and I feel like the game's coming easy for him in a way where he's able to pick his spots and things like that. But I feel like he's still, the way he's playing, I feel like he's got a lot more to go, and his ceiling is higher than what I thought it was when I got here.
Gotcha. The second one is a little off topic, but just, your fellow Hawkeye, Caleb Clark's heading to Indiana, obviously in the WNBA. Just what advice do you have for her going into her first year, and kind of just reflect on what kind of impact it's having on the women's game overall?
Yeah, it's been cool because we both came in as freshmen together, so I've kind of been able to see her grow as a player my 2 years there, and just the effect that it's having on the community. Because in Iowa we don't have a professional team. We have a couple minor league teams. So the University of Iowa and University of Iowa State are kind of the 2 main things in the state. So to see not only the state gravitate towards the state of Iowa, but also the world, the country gravitate has been really cool, and she's the center of it. So for her next year, it's really, actually in a couple weeks, it's gonna be highs and lows for her, but I feel like she'll easily be able to figure the game out quickly, like she did at Iowa, and become a generational player.
Keegan, how difficult are the what-ifs going to be for you guys this summer? When you look at like some of the games that slipped away, some of the losses to, kind of bottom feeder type teams, and where maybe your win total could have been and where you could have finished instead in the West.
Yeah, that was a big thing that I kind of reminisced on. I feel like a lot of games. I think we had a stretch where at the end, the last couple weeks, we had 20-point leads and couldn't maintain that lead. And obviously, the bigger things are the games in the middle of the year that we should have won, we lost, and things like that. And obviously, during the season, you're going to have close games. You're not going to win every single close game, but a lot of games I felt like were easily controllables. So that's obviously frustrating and disappointing, and it's just something that obviously as a team we have to get better at. It's not much individually, but as a team.
Keegan, two quick for you. First, a day before the Pelicans game, you said you wanted to enter the offseason with no regrets. Do you feel like after all that you've accomplished this season that you're done now?
I mean, after that game, it's just disappointing. I wouldn't say individually disappointing, but just disappointing that our goal is to be in the playoffs. So it's tough watching the games now. But for me, I feel like I had a good year, and obviously it's a year that I wanted to be a little bit better. But I feel like in life, like the regrets and things like that, really going to help you learn. And I feel like I'm at a good spot where I can take that last game and learn from it.
And then secondly, a lot has been kind of made of yours and Fox's relationship just with the offseason work that you guys put in together. But I'm curious, what was your relationship like with Malik? I know he's kind of your biggest dunk critic, and you guys have that silly little like thumbs down celebration. What has he kind of meant to you over the last 2 years? And obviously he's like a trending topic this offseason. So can you just talk about like what he's meant to you over the past 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, he's been one of my closest friends too. Just being able to joke around with him because he always keeps it lighthearted and things like that. I mean, I go, especially last summer, I went golfing with him a lot, so we kind of built that bond on the course and things like that. It's a good way for us to kind of gravitate toward each other, and then on the court, we can push each other's buttons a little bit, and then we always come back, and it's a good bond. So obviously, he's got a decision to make this summer, and he knows what's right for him, and whatever he decides to choose, I mean, I'll have it back no matter what.
Keegan, a couple questions here. One, spotting up for you. Is any spotting up a little deeper? You see some guys around the league doing that. Is that a range that you're comfortable doing? Is that something you might work on this off season? Is that any part of your planning going in the off season? Maybe being able to spot up a little deeper next year?
I mean, it's obviously helps when you can shoot a couple feet beyond the 3-point line. One guy, Trey Murphy's really good at it, being able to shoot. And that it helps the team. It expands the floor and things like that. So I've been working on it. Obviously, haven't been as comfortable with it, but obviously it's a room to grow in that area because it just helps the spacing of the team.
Gotcha. Okay. And is there any chance this off season playing golf that you're gonna buy Chris the hot dog at the turn?
Oh, I forgot about that, but nah, probably not. To be honest, he's doing well himself, and he can take care of that.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Keegan.
Hey, Keegan, who won the dunk contest, man?
Oh, that was me, not